Just believing God pulling Kanya mwaka upya wa life. I am believing for this God. So you know what I always say? Do not be moved by the multitude of people. You may be in this place. You are in the right place. God wanted you to be here. So please do not miss that which God has for you tonight. Because in a shop much amen somebody.
At Manzi Valley, we pride ourselves in giving you the cleanest and safest mineral water on the Zambian market. Our mineral water is produced in the cleanest and most hygienic, germ-free environment in Zambia, and that's just a fact. We at Natural Valley take pride in the quality of our product so that you can safely enjoy our mineral water rich in minerals to satisfy that thirst and revitalize your body. So grab a bottle of Manzi Valley mineral water now to beat that thirst with the cleanest bottled water in Zambia.
Who's got the cheapest plots in town with affordable plans? Searching around, cause I'm trying to build a house where I can find a better place. Heritage Property. Tell me more. Heritage Property. It's an
another day to make a difference in your life. Put your investments in land today, and guess what? It's as cheap as 9,000 kwacha only. For only 9,000 kwacha, you get to buy a 30 by 20 size of land in 18 miles. If you can't pay it all at once, you still can pay in installments of 1,000 kwacha per month until you finish. For more details, visit us at Finical House on the 9th floor in room 9, or call us on 0976 734527 or 0961 620881. Visit our Facebook page at Namayo Heritage Property.
Has accelerated the vaccination campaign of cattle against the East Coast fever disease. Southern Province Fisheries and Livestock Coordinator Kabwe Puta said the vaccination to control the cattle disease is done to calves. Dr. Puta told the National Agriculture Information Services that Southern Province received 27,000 doses of East Coast fever vaccines, in which 32,000 is the total target of animals to be immunized.
We have received 27,000 doses of ECF, immunization materials, which we intend to vaccinate 32,000 as a target.
Mazabuka District Fisheries and Livestock Coordinator Smata said vaccination of animals in 12 veterinary camps has been completed.
Under Mazabuka District, we received 4,000 doses of vaccine at first, and then we are vaccinating in 12 veterinary camps in the district. We requested for extra 900 doses. So in total, we were given 4,900 doses.
And Dr. Puta stressed the importance of vaccination of cattle against East Coast fever disease, popularly known as corridor in Southern Province.
This immunization is very important because here in Southern Province we've got a
Zesco Corporation Limited has proposed the revision of connection charges across the board. Speaking during a public hearing held at Mulungushi International Conference Center in Lusaka, Zesco board chairperson Vixen Nklube says it is unacceptable that the institution has not revised its connection fees for 17 years. He says there is need for cost-reflective tariffs as the company has over 65,000 pending applications.
What we are talking about here is our own company requesting for help. Look at our financial statements, Zesco is in debt. And we've got to come out of these debts. And we don't owe them to our brothers and sisters, we owe them to independent parties, some of them international. They want their money. Now look me straight in the face. I chair the board of Zesco. And I want to guarantee to you, all of you look at me, that under my care, under my board's care, there shall never be a political interference on the operation of Zesco. Please take that to the bank. We were not appointed with my board because we're being appeased. We were selected on merit because they understood our ability to deliver in certain things. We have made certain changes, and I'm sure some of you are aware. No person here, see these men here and ladies here, not a single one of them, not even my MD, has a personal to hold a car. We abolished that. He uses his car from home to Zesco. He doesn't use a Zesco car. The reason why we ended up with 67,000 people unconnected as at the end of 31st December 2021 is because we were not charging correct fees. Whereas you needed to get 7 people's money to connect one. It means we must borrow for, we cannot do them at the same time. So what happened is, for those, the 67,000, the money that we are requesting for now is not for those. Those we were to find means as Zesco to deal with them. That is why we are now down to below 10,000 of those people.
We take our first commercial break. We'll be right back.
Bet on your luck with 1xBet. Bet on the sports events with 1xBet. Get the tickets and take part in the super cool prizes draw. Bet on your luck with 1xBet.
How to use your home Airtel Money wallet when traveling across Africa. Step 1. Get used to a new place. Step 2. Learn the language and culture. Step 3. Pay your bills in a foreign country using your home Airtel Money wallet. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back. Ministry of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Kennedy Kalunga has appealed to private media houses in the country to uphold professionalism by being factual in disseminating information. Mr. Kalunga says government, through his ministry, is ready to support both public and private media institutions. He was speaking when he toured 4 private radio stations in Ndola. Mr. Kalunga observed that the commercialization of the media in Zambia has compromised the ethics of journalism, a situation he says has led to dissemination of fake news. And Radio Chimwemwe station manager Isaac Kikanda disclosed that his radio station acts as a link between government and the community. Mr. Kikanda said Radio Chimwemwe interprets and educates people about policies that the government is implementing. He says despite the radio station being owned by the United Church of Zambia, UCZ, it operates independently without influence from the church. Mr. Kikanda has since appealed to the government to deliberately come up with a policy that would allow media houses to import broadcasting equipment without paying tax. Luapula Province is yet to hold its business forum on 27th and 28th October 2022 as a follow-up on Luapula Expo held in 2017. Mansa Luapula Chamber of Commerce and Industry President Emmanuel Munsanje says Luapula Business Forum, which will take place on the 27th and 28th of this month, is meant to actualize the business potential that the province has and will enable the private sector and central government to interface with each other and discuss issues that will develop the province. And Luapula Province Permanent Secretary Maiti Mumba notes that the Business Forum, which is main objective of practically unlocking the potential that the province has and optimize on the use of human and natural resources driven by the local investors. He adds that this will be a solution on issues such as the establishment of a railway line from Kasama via Matanda to Lumumbashi and more. And Luapula Province Chief Council Chairperson Chief Chisunka says they are looking forward to interaction with the president to discuss issues affecting the province, such as high poverty levels, which is now at 80.5%, among other issues.
As Luapula Province Chamber of Commerce and Industry Chiefs Council and stakeholders continues preparing for the coming of the president following Luapula Business Forum that will be held on 27th and 28th of October 2022 as a follow-up to the expo that was held in 2017. The organizers have held a media briefing over the same program. Luapula Province Chamber of Commerce and Industry President Emmanuel Munsanje explains.
Luapula Province has been in the wilderness, economic wilderness, for so long, singing the song of potential. Luapula has potential. But the event that is coming is a game changer to actually unlock the potential. And then that will be the interface between the business community and the central government to find a solution. Guest of honor, I realized that in 2017, we had Luapula Expo, which was the best by standards.
And Luapula Province Permanent Secretary Maiti Mumba says the Business Forum will address issues affecting the business sector in the province.
Establishment of a rail line from Kasama via Matanda through Lumumbashi so as to enhance communication and movement of goods and people. Secondly, escalating energy levels in Luapula so as to attract manufacturing and other value addition activities to create a lot of employment. Third, come about with mechanisms of mechanization of agriculture. Fourth, make the interface between government and the private sector meaningfully that each party's expectations are met.
However, Luapula Province Chiefs Council Chairperson Chief Chisunga notes that traditional leaders in the province are looking forward to having an interaction with the president to discuss issues affecting the province.
We appreciate the great interest the head of state has for Luapula Province, because Luapula has a good package of natural resources that need to be exploited fully. Together, we shall find a solution to our challenges. Among the challenges is high poverty level at 80.5%, high literacy level, and general backwardness.
Meanwhile, Unimos CEO notes some of the challenges the business sector is facing in the province.
As local investors here in Luapula Province, we encounter various challenges. One of them is road network. As we take our commodity to the Copper Belt Province, we use a Congo Pedicle road, which is in a deplorable state. So we find that when we take the product there, when we come back, we just have to take the vehicle for safety.
Helen Chisha reporting for MUVI TV News in Mansa District.
A woman of Lusaka's Kanyama area is calling on the relevant authorities to help her have justice on behalf of her son, who was allegedly sodomized by the neighbor. Speaking to MUVI TV News in Lusaka, Edna Lupumba laments that her son was admitted at Kanyama Hospital on Friday, 30th September 2022, but says the doctors have not yet signed a medical report which is supposed to be taken to the police. She claims that she reported the matter to the police and the suspect was arrested, but the doctors have since then kept on delaying on the medical report.
Old boy of Lusaka's Kanyama area is being hospitalized at Kanyama Hospital after he was allegedly sodomized by his neighbor, who is a businessman. Speaking in an interview with MUVI TV News in Lusaka Monday morning, the mother to the victim, Edna Lupumba, laments that her son was admitted at Kanyama Hospital on Friday, 30th of September 2022, but the doctors have been delaying to sign a medical report which is supposed to be taken to the police.
balisa ndombo mwana ko bati uyu mwana ndipo okula kona ku business lero ine nalisa mbona ati akaidi bana ni bane baweso apa kuti balesende ko mwana mu business selo bambire okula mu business nango mu June kashudo mwana bali mpangari bamukashi balamubomfesha ku nshuro so muri bamubomfya na after bamubomfya so no papa Friday pali patete lero na ishire mwana no bana bakwaleso kwisa mona uri omwana ambo kulalala nishiwe acha mami rereke ni lero nchiteshani ndande ndatino kulanda landa nishi atine aba bakazi aba bansenda kumalasha kumukushi bali nsendere ku Mozambique bali yambuki kumukushi balambomfe bakubomfe pokanga mwana wandilanda ati bambomfe pona kaliteti kalipitirira akaliteti ati nombole omfashani ati mami bali ngona ulayini apa mulembo no kunshi konsoku kufuma fyamenshi no kuikalande efirwa na kutaire chikonsende efirwa ku efa na imisho mwana wanti mu bantu bakwalesa ngati muleta na pakiriniki elo namuletere pakiriniki apa bali tupere bed batupera bed ena chamufunyo yo wino wa muti wango na wiro mwana kumufunya kunganda no kusatu konkera kuno ku hospital after na batu konkera kuno ku hospital inena alimi no kwamukulembesha kuli ba police ngafuirisheni mfweni uyu muntu no kunkonkana nkonka ba police na chachini bali ngafuire baishire pa mundu pada bamwika tombika na masales pali mpa Friday pasata yaikala mudya mwini no mwana wenda nishina bamuchita admit ali hospital mumwine Saturday Sunday twaishire umfati baba twala kwa Kanyama police after baba twala Kanyama police kulya efo bapitire mairo papa Sunday pasande no naishire umfati bale batule ku Kanyama police bale fo kuba teshani okubafunya pa bebo kubalembela nani kuba sign police bond so ine nomba cha hisampeshi amano baba sayini no police bond no mwana wanjale teshani alelwala naona iko mwana elo monjishire ku hospital kutabale sayini na nani kali basaine po paria ba doctor paria ndeti tafe mwadi omo naya ati tu ala saino wasaine I problemu apimino I problemu mwana alelwala so fe na chirande na timwe bantu bakwale sabalanga kwirisha ni banani efe na chitumina na kumuvi na timwe bantu bakwale sanka kwirisha niko ine matanda ko ndeliliramo na pano pondela ndechi pepa cha mwana tabala saina tabala asayina n'okusayina ekipepa kya mwana okwe bati basayinepo pada dokita bakwe bakiira omuntu nomba bamutwale nga ni kuntanshi pantu ine nango.
She is calling on relevant authorities to help her get justice for her son.
Afuma pa mundu apo mwe bantu bakwalesa nsayini neni apa uyo omuntu balela ndefi akumufunya banja sukwe bati kabya nife kuwati kekaleni kuwati uyo muntu wa msayinine wale mupima pime fine fya kwe bati bamwikata ale elwala alaikala 1 week kunganda so nomba napisha mu 1 week kunganda uri omuntu baledwisha okumufunya nomba nalachita shani sefe ndefa mu bantu bakwalesa munja fuirishe ko paliriri yachi bantu ino mwana murwere mu hospital.
After reporting the matter to MUVI TV News, by broadcast time it was reported that the medical report has been signed. However, in the last 12 months, the country have witnessed an increase in the number of incidents and events that promote LGBT plus incidences, contrary to the laws of Zambia and the Zambian culture. Additionally, there has been an increase in the number of incidents of sodomy, where boys and men are raped by fellow boys and men with impunity. Margaret Chota, MUVI TV News in Lusaka.
The Young Emerging Farmers Initiative YEFI President Matthew Tabo has welcomed government's decision to include the recruitment of extension officers and also to have irrigation farmers in the 2023 national budget. Mr. Ntabo says YEFI is happy with the reformation given by government on the FISIP, which he says will go a long way in cautioning the challenges faced by farmers.
Say we're excited already in the agriculture sector, the number of reforms. I want to concentrate on just the two issues. The first one is the current recruitment of extension officers that will reduce the extension officer to farmer ratio. We've been talking about that, and we're very excited that government is already moving to ensure that there is increased productivity and increased production of agriculture. We're also excited that the FISIP is being reformed to the comprehensive agriculture support program that will also include irrigation. Our interest in irrigation means that the farmer now will be available to do the agriculture or agribusiness throughout the year. That for us has been the niche that we've been talking about. Agriculture needs not to be left to the rainy season alone. It should be done throughout the year. So we want to commend government. We want to commend the new Dawn government for introducing all these reforms. There are many exciting reforms in this budget, but we're excited that already we can see that the agriculture sector.
We take another break. Do stay tuned.
Bet on your luck with 1xBet. Test your luck and get a chance to win one of the super prizes. Bet on the sports events with 1xBet. Get the tickets and take part in the super cool prizes draw. TechnoSpark smartphone, powerful generator, or a cool Bajaj motorcycle. Bet on your luck with 1xBet.
Are you at home and want an easier and faster way to access and manage your Airtel account? Download the My Airtel app from your app store. Open the app, enter your phone number, click on Request OTP, enter your one-time PIN, and congratulations! You can now use the My Airtel app to top up, pay bills, send money, and much more. Be smart, be safe.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. The High Court in Mongo has today adjourned the case in which former PF Deputy Secretary General Mumbipiri is accused of murder to tomorrow, Tuesday, 4th October 2022, for commencement of trial. Mrs. Piri is jointly charged with former President Edgar Lungu's barberman, Shebi Chilekwa. Mrs. Piri is said to be in very high spirits and that she is delighted that she has finally been given her day in court to prove her innocence. Now, marketeers at Kanyama's Pamozi market have expressed sadness in the way ZESCO has lately been deducting their credit meter bills through power units. Speaking to MUVI TV News, Catherine Musonda says marketeers are requested to pay an amount of 100 kwacha for ZESCO units after 3 days, which has raised concern among the marketeers. Meanwhile, Pamozi market chairperson Given Muyanda has appealed to the relevant authorities to come on board and put the matter to an end.
Agreements between marketers and ZESCO to be deducting 40% of their credits from the power unit, it has now become a challenge where marketers are complaining that the deduction rate is above 40%, which makes them saddened. It is for this reason that a 50-year-old man of Lusaka's Kanyama's Pamozi market, Given Muyanda, has raised concerns on how ZESCO is working by deducting their credit through power units. He says the problem started immediately UPND came into power, stating that those who used to own the shops before left some bills unpaid, but since then ZESCO has been deducting their power units whenever they buy as they agreed. Speaking in an interview with MUVI TV News in Lusaka, Mr. Muyanda, who is also the chairperson, has therefore called on the government to quickly look at their cries and help them sort out the issues.
We were trying to speak to ZESCO people. We have been going there several times. I've been going to councillor's office complaining for that. Our idea is if they can give us more prepaid meters than one, so that we divide, we separate it, welders have their online, then those with bars, they have got the online. We have got also a code room there. It needs again it's online because it is continuous. The code room is continuous throughout. Others are welders, much better, maybe but then it's not all the welders again. Some will be called the welder, but it just makes maybe a capocon machine, or maybe it just repairs a wheelbarrow. So you can't. It's difficult for him to raise that charge which you have given to the welder.
Reporting for MUVI TV News in Lusaka, Chikondi Pere.
A storm has blown off the roof of a classroom block at Kamapanda Primary School in Mwinilunga district. The strong winds and heavy rains blew the roof off the 1x2 classroom block on Friday. The storm also blew off the entire roof of a nearby Jordan church in the same area. Mwinilunga District Education Board Secretary Derby Jipela confirmed the development to Zanis when he, together with members of the Disaster Management Committee, assessed the damage. Mr. Jipila said the incident happened on Friday around 16 hours when heavy rains accompanied by strong winds blew off the roof of a classroom used by early childhood learners. Fortunately, no one was injured as the learners had already knocked off at the time the incident happened. Mr. Jipila expressed hope that the district disaster management committee will replace the roof before the onset of the rain season. Earlier this week, another classroom at Kabanda Primary School had its roof blown off by nearby rains and strong winds. Zambia Community Resources Board Association President George Tembo has called for women inclusion in all life conservation in the country. Speaking in Lusaka Monday morning, Zambia Community Resources Board Association George Tembo has observed that for a long time now, women have been sidelined in the community wildlife conservation, but says his organization is looking at modalities of having more women participating in wildlife conservation sector, which will enhance tourism in the country. Meanwhile, Kasanka Trust Board Chairperson Christopher Kangwa says the trust is collaborating with different CRBs in the community for them to access land rights for conservation purposes so as to improve the wildlife activities in different parts of the country for beekeeping and animal protection. The duo was speaking in Lusaka during the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Zambia Community Resources Board Association and Kasanka Trust, which will see the organization working together towards the protection of wildlife, women inclusion in wildlife conservation, and land rights for the local communities. We take our final break. We'll be right back.
Falcon Express, Zambia's most reliable courier. Our services cut across the board with special packages for SMEs, corporate, and individuals. We offer countrywide courier from as low as 40 kwacha. No need for app downloads. Simply call 0971 130766 or email info@falconexpresszm.com and we will be at your doorstep. Falcon Express, professional, friendly, and reliable.
Welcome back. In sports news, the Zambia Golf Union President Christopher Mlenga says the 2022-2023 national budget is progressive and he is looking forward at the huge funds allocated to the sports federations. In an exclusive interview with MUVI TV News, Mlenga says the 2023 budget will help his union to prepare adequately and competitively in all the upcoming international tournaments ahead. Mlenga adds that his union is on preparation to send the team to Egypt on the All Africa Golf tournaments later this month.
Many sports federations in commending the budgets that the government has turned out for next year. It's very progressive in the sense that for the first time we have seen a huge chunk of money budgeted to not only sports equipment but to sports federations. We have struggled to get funding from government. But I would say for the first time, I just sent my team to Egypt. We are coming from Egypt where Zambia participated in the All Africa Golf tournament. We were sponsored via air tickets to take the team to Egypt, though we took up the budget for other logistics. But with that funding allocated to federations, we are very happy because firstly we were invited as sports federation by the ministry to give our budgets for next year, and after giving the budgets, then what we see next is that there is a huge chunk allocated to sports federation.
That sports item brings us to the end of the main news on MUVI TV. But before we go, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Abducted mobile money agent Pamela Chisumpa found and 13 other girls. Civic leader Salu Musa accused of fueling confusion in Lilanda market. Mumbipiri Shabi Chilekwa to appear in court on Tuesday. Kalunga demands professionalism from private media houses. Kamapanda's school classroom roof blown off. And in sports, Golf president praises government over budget allocation on sports. This is the end of the main news on MUVI TV. I'm Virginia Chilongo. Do stay tuned.
Fidelity Stores has new items from a brand you can trust.
Electromaster.
When looking for electrical home appliances, look no further than Electromaster, a brand you can trust.
Items include blenders, steam and dry pressing irons, mini cooker and ovens, single plate cooker, double plate cooker, single and double deep fryers, 18-inch stand fan, sandwich maker and toasters, rice cookers in all shapes and sizes, pizza pans, gas stoves and kerosene stoves, hair dryers, food processors and electric kettles. All items available at all Fidelity Stores outlets.
Electromaster, a quality product of Fidelity Stores.
Hurry now while stocks last. Fidelity Stores, quality goods, affordable prices.
Pano Caleb. As of no nimenya ini, of no nimenya pan.
Nakutelena kwa meneni telena, anabwera afika pano pako mopanga.
Siko anabwera Caleb, fulo nimenya ini. Kumusunga kwa mena musunga kutusaka Caleb bucha. Kumponza phone, kudininga phone, nine namponzisa. Kumponza vala school. Lelo ine kubora kuno mmunzi bakale bwati bangu menye numba. Bangu me. Na ipa pasala school ne. Ndipo nadabwa nyuma ilo. Kuusha shukuru kuushirapa. Muri gone. Na mubawana wamene mumamwa kaya mumapula kaya.
Ni magula.
Odi. Oh, karibu, amaiki. Maritian. Maritian. Maritian.
Amaiki sana.
Nje kulingana na muzani. Oh, mwana kwa pezako. Abulu wanga njia. Oh, amwisa. Na nena konka moyo natumwele nikonshe. Okay. Kunganda kwesowa mabula natumwele nikoshe moyo. Ati kunganda kwesowa mabula natumwele nikoshe moyo. Tenzeko David. Muri serious omusageza ko cyane. Shu warume bangu angavole lini bula. So nati niwele nikoshe moyo. Samga David. Samga nje nateka Abraham. Ngani bana ngatole. Samuri serious mu. Serious. Samga nje nateka Abraham. Tenzeko David warume bangu angavole lini bula yayi. Mwachaki ngamnyumba mose muri be Abraham. Ndiye mnganda nasakira. Monse paliye pasala yayi. Samgaza nje natenga mabra. Yayi kulienga angatole myake ni mwe umwatola mabra yangu munipe. Mami. Papa vime ninachoka napo kurusaka. Namba sana masapato. Vitenge, blouse, panezo nkana na imu. Lelo nimbele Brian wini. Ni uyafuna mabra yangu niyo ninakonka na tumunipe mabra yangu. Kuna arume wangu angavole lini bra yayi. Shukuru. Shukuru. Kangwa. Shukuru iseni. Ya ineo naruta mabra yangu niwafuna patali ngakusoti kuno yafuna mabra yangu mukaleka kuleta muchione mabra yangu niwafuna naruta kuone mukaleka kunetera mabra yangu naruta mukapile mabra yangu batenga makoso mukamba tindine natenga mabra yangu shukuru mwambie baba bono kamba bachaka shuba amaika sana nemanga mama imegezani whatever bani uza dinaba mabra yangu shiba onyeka kwaje tuwapo utanipisha chipo ponepo utanipa hicho weda kama weda shukuru na mama Brian na shuwa shukuru nitakuwa naye sana vya wingi weda Alexi
The Chancellor of Creso University cordially invites all graduates and invited guests to join us at the 8th graduation ceremony to be held on Friday, 14th October 2022 starting at 9 hours at City Campus, Lusaka.